What's up, guys? This is Devin. I'm here with Max. Max is an outstanding individual, crazy success story, at least so far. Max, it's really been a pleasure watching you over the past, it's got to be like a year or something now, right? Like you've been at this for, it's got to be longer than a year, right? Like,
Yeah, I have been here since May 2022,
yeah, almost 2 years.
basically. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Well, guys, everyone who's watching, just know that Max here, like this dude is an absolute go-getter. If you're looking for someone, or like if you want to know what it takes to succeed, it is Max. You've been hardworking, dude, like going after it nonstop for years. You've had trials, tribulations. You haven't let anything stop you. You just keep persevering. And now you're starting to see the fruits of those labors, yeah? Well, I mean, we can just, go organic. Like if you want to tell us your story, if you want to tell us like how you got to where you are today and the path you've been on, feel free, man.
Yeah. So basically, I got interested in the print-on-demand model while I was at the university, since I had a friend that started selling T-shirts, and he was earning
Nice.
like, I don't know, $3,000 or something in a month. So this intrigued me quite a bit. But it was, I mean, he was lucky with his design hitting like a winner right away. So I didn't have this much luck. And I basically like tried to do it on my own for 2 years or something, and it just didn't work. So then somehow I found Skup. I don't really remember how, probably through YouTube or something.
Yeah, sounds about right.
And yeah, after joining, so I didn't get any courses right away. I joined to the incubator program. It wasn't always easy. The
Yeah.
starting, yeah, the start is like, yeah, I didn't see any progress, or like I saw progress, but not like profit wise. Basically, for the first few months, I had like minimal sales, but then
Yeah.
it kind of started growing after I found something that worked somewhat. And yeah, the rest is history. Now I'm here at like $270,000 in sales after less than 2 years. Actually, most of the sales, like 240 or 50, came in
Yeah.
last year alone. Yeah.
That's outstanding. It's just like you hit that tipping point, right? Are you familiar with the idea of a tipping point where you just keep putting a little bit in, and then it just boom, all that work pays off?
Yeah. By the way, sorry about my English. I'm like, I understand more than I can talk.
It's okay. Like, I mean, it's the same thing when I go to other countries, so I get it. So you had minimal sales for a while, and then you said that it kind of just took off, right? Like, so for your first year, maybe like $20,000 in sales, and then the year after that, like $250,000 in sales. What do you think was the big thing that made that huge change?
As I see it, I basically stopped doing things my way, if this makes
Yes. Oh, it makes sense.
sense. Yeah. So I was quite stubborn and overspent a lot on ads that just weren't working. And it was quite stupid of me, but I know, I mean, lesson learned. And after New Year's 2023, in January, I took like a step back and basically analyzed everything I have done for the past year since joining the incubator. And I noticed that some things were working better than others. So I just focused on that. And then the very next month in February, I found my winner, and it has been selling since then. I mean, I sold this January more than in the first whole year.
That's amazing. Dude, Max, like what you're saying really resonates with me. I like to tell people, I like to compliment people on what they do right because I want to like reinforce your behaviors, right? And something you just said to me, I think is really important where you said you analyzed what was working and what wasn't. And like
Yes.
two things about you that these are the reasons why you are successful and why you will continue to be successful is number one, you didn't give up. Like the number one biggest indicator of whether or not someone will be successful is literally just do they give up or not. But number two is pattern recognition, right? Recognizing what works and what doesn't work, okay? And finding those patterns and doubling down on it. So it's amazing to hear you say those things because it shows me and it like proves to me that you will continue down this path and things are only going to get better. So, I mean, that's outstanding. I cannot even begin to express how happy I am. I know Matt is too. And like the team is happy for you, dude. You guys missed it before the call started, but Max was showing me where he's like living now. He's just a beautiful looking resort. It seems like right on the water.
It's an old hotel, but I'm basically renting the room for a year at least for now, and then we will see.
Man, that's outstanding. Yeah, I can't wait to see what the future holds for you. I think that like it's just got a lot in store. So
I mean, it's getting better and better, so I don't see why it should stop.
So, question for you. Why did you, what made you decide to try the incubator program? Like you said, you didn't really do courses or anything. You just went straight into the coaching with us. Why did you choose that path?
Because it seemed at that moment like the fastest possible way to get successful. I mean, that's basically it, yeah.
Yeah, kind of like just cutting the nonsense of trying to figure it out on your own, even though you were being stubborn and trying to do it your own way anyways. And
sorry.
No, go ahead, please.
I mean, I have tried some, like watching some videos on YouTube, like Shopify one-on-one and stuff. And
yeah,
after doing it on my own, I kept seeing that it just doesn't work. Like even if I was stubborn or not, it didn't work quite as good as I wanted it to.
Yeah.
So yeah, the incubator seemed like the best idea. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's just because like, of course, I think that when you watch a YouTube video or something like that, or even a course, that it makes sense, right? And those are the steps and you can follow the steps. But the issue is like, things are never going to go perfectly, So when you're implementing, you're going to hit a roadblock here or a bump in the road there. It's nuanced. So having a coach there to actually work with you and like give you feedback and to iterate with you instead of you just like bashing your head against the wall trying to figure out on your own with the video is just extremely helpful. I've done the same. I had another call yesterday. I was telling the guy, Aaron, that was Aaron, and he's a badass guy too. But I was telling him that this year I made the same decision. I'm like, I'm done trying to figure things out on my own. I'm done trying to hire like inexperienced employees and make them figure it out. Like I'm just going to hire the best people, have them come download it directly into me. And although it seems expensive, like in that moment, I feel that in the long term, it's so much cheaper. And it also just gets you to where you want to be faster. So it's got, it's better in every way. And that was something that took me a while to learn as well.
Yeah. So let's say maybe the initial cost will be higher, but I wouldn't be here without your help. I mean, if I would be doing this on my own the whole way through, I would be like, I don't know, in debt or something.
Oh, dude. I mean, I've seen it happen, sadly, but it's just like, yeah, I don't want to get people just kind of like what you were saying. People refuse to. They get like emotionally attached to products or emotionally attached to their ways of doing things. And they keep trying to force something that's not working. And then people dig themselves into a hole doing that.
I mean, I did basically the same mistake, but somewhere along the line, I realized that it was a mistake, like testing products for over $100 without a sale and then do it again, basically the next day or something.
Yeah. Well, hey, I mean,
like it goes, yeah.
The good news is that you made it here and you figured it out. So, curveball for you. Was there anything about the incubator program that surprised you?
That surprised me. I don't know. Like in what kind of way?
Just something that you didn't expect. Maybe it surprised you in a good way, like, oh, this is great. Maybe it was just like,
I mean, the obvious stuff would be learning a lot of things that I didn't know before. And like the so-called golden nuggets. Like every call I was on, I was learning, like even if I spent 1 hour on a call and I got one small new golden nugget out of it, it was worth it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if I was surprised with anything.
Kind of just expected it. It met your expectations.
Yeah, basically.
What are like 3 changes that you've noticed in your life since working with us in the incubator program? Like the 3 big changes.
Okay. So basically I stopped being so emotional and I started looking at the hard data or the facts, not only in business, but also in life. And I noticed that I started acting like solution driven.
Yes.
Looking for solutions because there are problems always and there will be problems. So I kind of learned to love the challenge of solving.
Yes.
And
Dude, that
the third one, I don't know, having money.
man, the money part's amazing. Like, yes, that's what we all want. That's why we get into business, to make money. But again, dude, some of the stuff you're saying, it's just like, it's no surprise why you're successful. Like when someone's, because that's what an entrepreneur is, right? Like, what do? Fundamentally, we're just problem solvers. Every day we solve problems. That's why we get paid. And so when you're saying like, you've grown to do that and now you've learned to love it and you're starting to view the world from a more logical perspective and making logical, realistic decisions instead of like these emotional, idealistic decisions. I mean, dude, like it's easy to see why you are where you are today. And I'm glad we could play a part in it.
Thank you. And
so
also maybe
yeah,
maybe it's not something that changed because of the incubator, but I mean, it's in my nature to not be happy, but I'm always looking for stuff to improve. I mean, I'm happy with my progress overall, but I feel like I should be doing even more. Yeah.
Yeah, that's never going to go away. My wife just recently started a business. She's a therapist. She's starting her own therapy practice. And I tell her the same thing. It's like, because she's trying to view that as a bad thing, but it's not. It just means that you, Max, you want more out of life and you don't want to settle. And that's a beautiful thing. There's that quote by Socrates that no man has the right to be an amateur in the act, like in his own physical body or whatever, because he's got one life to live. Like he should see how strong and beautiful the human body is. But it's like the same thing for just life in general. You're telling me that you don't want to settle for mediocrity, that you want more out of life. And I think that's an amazing thing. Like people will look at it negative. No, but dude, that's why you're going to be ahead of everyone else. 5-10 years from now, you're going to leave everybody else behind. And you will attain that dream life, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I have big plans. So,
and you're already on the way there. Just look at how much it's compounded already, right? Like first year, like 20,000. Second year, 250,000. That growth rate is insane. If you were to keep that up, which I mean, realistically, 10xing from 20,000 versus 250,000 is a bit different. But like, if you could keep up that trajectory, you'd be at over 2 million this year. So that would be insane.
I mean, my goal this year is like 1 million. Just because it's like a number I think everybody wants to reach somehow. But yeah, we will see. I mean, I will definitely try out a lot of new things and keep going with what is already working. And
I got a suggestion for you. I'm going to tell it to you after the call, but I spoke with the owner of Shine On this morning. I ran into him at a coffee shop and he told me the number one top selling product right now. When we're done recording, I'll give it to you so you can start selling it. It's pretty interesting. Yeah.
I think I know about it from my own research, but we will see.
Okay, we'll see.
If you can surprise me.
Yeah. And what about the Skup team? By this point, you've been working with us for a while. Do you have how's it been working with our team? Things have changed a lot since you started. We've grown the team. We're trying to constantly improve. So I'd love to hear your thoughts.
So I like the fact that it's like almost like a friend relationship with you guys. I mean, the first one I was talking to was Vico, and I have him as a friend on Facebook, and we often share stuff and I don't know, his photos and such. And also I like the fact that the incubator students are like friends, basically. Yeah.
That friendship is something that like we're actively trying to foster because, we do like the networking calls and stuff because, like thinking back to when I started my entrepreneurial journey or when Matt did, it's like, it can be really lonely. My family, I don't know about you, but my family didn't really believe in what I did. My grandpa actively like insulted me constantly.
Yeah, I know something about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's last year after like not doing so well with the business, like everybody in my family went to me and tried to tell me that I should get a job and something. Yeah. But I kept going, and now I don't know, they are not talking anymore.
Yeah, it's money talks. Yeah, it's the same with my grandpa. He didn't believe me until I pulled up in like my AMG sports car. That is what it is. All right, brother. So last question for you. Basically, would you recommend the incubator to people who have a store, they're looking to take it off, or they're like looking at starting a store? Do you think it would be helpful to those people?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, like I said, you basically need some form of guidance, and what better place than the incubator? I mean, even if someone is like brand new to this business model, I mean, the incubator is very good for starting out in the e-com business and even going further beyond then after like learning the basics.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, I mean, I have learned the basics and I keep learning something new in every call. So even at my level, yeah.
Makes sense, man. Matt's gone from 0 and now his stores have done over like 40 million in sales. So I feel like if anyone's below 40 million in sales, might be an okay place for him. Well, Max, I really appreciate you, man. And everybody who's watching, like, understand this is what it takes. Like what you heard from Max here today. It's like the ability to think logically, to view your business logically instead of emotionally, the ability to keep going, and then like finding joy in problem solving. I mean, Max, you got what it takes, dude. It's apparent. Everyone can see it. I'm excited for you. I'm really excited for the future, and we're excited to keep working with you.
Will do. So thanks for having me, and yeah, we will keep in touch, I guess.
Yeah, bro.